What's up with y'all? Give's birthday, give me some points. Let me grab my stick. It is time to go. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing good. Alright. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Mika when? Mika never, brother. Alright. As per usual, you know what? Let's actually play some Manon. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I want season 3 to come, bro. I'm like, let's shake it up, you know? Let's do something with it. Let's. Damn. As of right now, the game is, you know, the game's the game, you know. But we gotta tighten up so that when it does come, we're kind of ready. You feel me? If we get there and we're not really ready, then you know what are we really doing? Not really gonna get an opponent apparently. Wait, today's Tuesday, ain't it? It's about to go down, ain't it? But when we get wrecked by Elena plus overheads day after day, we will look back on these days fondly. You think so? Yo, what is going on? Somehow I don't really believe that's gonna happen, you know? Somehow I think we're gonna end up in, you know, maybe I might find a character other than Manon that I want to play. You know? Maybe we elevate. I also am a little bit interested in Yumika. Unfortunately, my Strive isn't updated, but I would definitely love to kind of try out the character for sure. Because I feel like the character would be very cool to kind of try out. So yeah, disclaimer, we really have not been playing this game all that much. What am I playing right now? Wait, why am I playing a thing? Oh no! Not this. Not this. Not the no HUD. That sucks. That shouldn't work. I'll take that. I'm not gonna lie. What are we at? What are we at? What are we at? Oh, we're dead. Yeah, 2 command grabs, 1 hit grab. Okay. That should be the tally, I think. Ah, yikes. The Russ. My brother in Christ, you can't be just looking for a thing the entire time. That's tragic. That's fine. Back roll back. I think I'm at level 3 range. Oh. I think I'm in level 3 range. This should kill. Yeah. But we have to play. We have to get thing. I don't have HUD. For reference, I don't have HUD. Okay, that's why we left. I don't have HUD. Okay. Although it is relatively entertaining with Manon, just like because you have to be so aware of what you have versus what you don't have. But you know, nothing too crazy. So one of the things that I was thinking about, right? I've been in a mood where I feel like if someone jumps over my standing heavy kick, then I'm doomed. So then I've recently been kind of just overall avoiding the button altogether, which I don't think it's necessarily a great choice for me. Yes, I think I had an experience with like a top level player where when I would throw out heavy kicks, I would get DI'd for it, right? And because of that experience, I generally kind of scooted away from that option. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. We're enjoying the game. That's the game. Oh, that's not good. Super. Oh, that's not a good way to start things. I think you should have. Honestly, I think you should have gone for level 1 there, and then put me in a situation where I had to guess heavy. Got it. Nice, you finally hit it. Yo. Nice. It's good. I tried the. Oh my gosh, you, dog, big dog, your connection. Please spare me, please. But yeah, I'm not gonna be in a state or a mindset that like forces me to kind of have to use that normal. Oh my, standing heavy kick into neutral jump, brother. I don't think this is worth it personally. Oh my gosh, the connection is boo boo, bruh. The next hit, I'm going for it. I could have killed. I'm not sure why I didn't. It's more so the rustiness. I'm gonna be honest. It's more so the rustiness. I don't know why I didn't kill him. Jump, jump. I'm not gonna lie. I was tapping the eye for mad long, bro. Your connection is boo boo cano. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you and say it was anything but boo boo. That joint just dropped like crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, let me not like box myself into expecting. It's something that like everyone can kind of fall for, where you start expecting everyone to do the highest level of skill option, and then because of it you kind of expect more out of your opponent than meets the eye, right? That's fine by me. That's fine by me. I press jab, I press jab, I press jab. Oh, this is the quickest way to die. Oh, oh. Yeah, that was good. That's good. That right there is the OS. If I don't go for a stand jab, I just get blown up there. I pressed the wrong button. Wow. 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 Ah. Oh man. I'm dead. Oh no, I got caught. Did see Shuto do it? Did a Washige? Yeah. That man stood up after he hit that level 1. He's like, yeah, man, I won that joint. Oh my gosh. I'll take that. Huh, huh, huh. Wow! Yo, like, they made this weapon. All right, let me just leave, I guess. Oh, nice. Stand jab, nice. Yup. Okay, not really. I can't believe I didn't reach neutral jump after stand light kick. Okay. Let me see if I can commit the robbery. Yes! I ain't gonna lie, stand light kick into command grab is that's how you activate the robbery. Ooh. I was about to... Okay. I guess it's about that time, you know? That man shooter hit the what are you standing up for? I don't know why that level 1 light Tatsu to level 1 gets so dodgy, but hey man, that's just the life. Anywho, is there anything good in the SF streets that's really happening? I kind of feel like the SF streets are a little bit oh shoot, the SF streets are a little bit dry right now, not gonna lie to you. Everyone's just kind of like, all right, well, I guess we'll keep playing the game, like, you know, I guess we'll keep playing. You know, I could be playing something else, but I guess we could keep playing. Just post combo breaker stuff. Punk did a long set with Yampi. Who's Yampi again? Who does he play again? Or them? Yampi. Oh, Aki. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. It wasn't her. I thought I was bugging. Oh God. Excuse me. So anything happened in this set that was like, you know, I know it's 3 days ago, but still. Excuse me. What are our thoughts on SF6 combo breaker? Was it interesting? Like, I tapped in a little bit. I didn't tap in like hard body, like I'm gonna sit down and watch that joint, because why are we in the new season of Pro Tour and we're still on old patch? Excuse me. If we're on old patch, are we really living the life we deserve to live? That is the question that we have to ask ourselves at this current junction. Okay, we're just playing the game. Let me get my pen out. Let me get my pen out. I'm gonna talk about spacing. I'm gonna talk about these matches here, just cause we can. Back heavy kick. He either had a choice of level 1 or DP. DP killed, so then he was chilling. Excuse me, golly. I like combo breaker because a lot of my local buds are there. That's pretty cool. One thing that people understate with Cammy and don't use a lot is that everyone thinks that, oh Lord have mercy, I'm getting beat up, bro. I might have to pull out my secret weapon, the flown A's. Okay, we might be a little bit better now. No, we're not. Excuse me. Okay, so a lot of people think that the only way that Cammy, especially when she has a full gauge of butter, is that what you need to do is just low forward, right? We just press crouching MK the entire time, right? A lot of people think in this way, or alternatively they use their heavy punch, right? They feel like these two ways are basically the only ways that they can get in. However, this is objectively incorrect. We see time and time again a lot of players that play Cammy use this option here, where they decide to walk forward and use stand jab. The reason why this option is particularly strong, you can't see it, you can't see my marking. But the reason why this option is strong is because if a person tries to press a mid-range button, that mid-range button to start up, right? Start up frames equals like, let's say 8 frames, right? Right? However, for jab, right? The startup frames is 4, right? So even with the margin of error here, right? You got 4 frames to make up. Now, if you do happen to trade in this instance, obviously we're going to be in a little bit of a disadvantage just because of the larger button. But because of her walk speed plus the speed of the jab makes this a viable option for them. You need to start utilizing the fact that your lights are very strong options. Now, this is not the case for every character because not every character has a good walk speed and not every character has like a long-reaching stand jab like she does. Actually, this is incorrect. I just caught myself. This is incorrect. Her stand jab is 5 frames, not 4. Her stand jab is 5 frames. I caught myself. I'm mixing myself with I'm mixing myself up with what do you call it, Manon. But her stand jab is 5 frames. Okay, low forward driver, stand jab. The bread and butter of this game, everyone knows it. We don't talk about it too much at this point. We're 2 years in. If you don't know why this button is strong, this option is strong, you don't know. Right? Okay, wake up, try to tap parry. Parry unsuccessful. I'm just switching songs real quick. Oh, actually, that I don't know if this will get me banned, so I'm gonna switch off of it. Hold on, one second. I'm trying to find. All right, let's use this. Okay. Boom, step up. I guess he messed up his pressure, got the anti DP. Once again, jab. Boom, plus frames, have to kind of respect it. That's the one thing about Aki is very annoying, is that because they changed her stand light kick to a 4-framer, it makes this a lot more annoying, because if she goes for crouching medium kick into stand light kick, it's something nothing you can do. You can't press anything. You can go for parry, but that's on a read, right? So now she can go for options that are a little bit more cheeky. So that's where you can start going for setting medium punch into drive rush and then put them into the same type of guessing. This is why he's not trying to press, not trying to parry, nothing. He's just blocking out the situation. It's just a safer option to go for. Obviously gets the hit, and that's a body. This is something that I keep telling people, right? Sometimes you don't have to get the big whip punish. You don't always have to hit the standing heavy punch. You don't have to be that guy. Sometimes it's just enough to hit the sweep, right? The sweep is a little bit easier to control insofar as making sure that you get that whip punish and you get an immediate reward for it, right? The reward being the hard knockdown and being able to do whatever you want to your opponent, right? And because sweep goes so far, it becomes less of a worry on whether or not it will reach, because there are a lot of times where we press a normal thinking, or a heavy normal in particular, thinking that it will reach your opponent and it just doesn't, and then you're whiffing in their face, and then they press that jab or whatever in your face, and you're like, ah man, hold on bro, like now I tried to whip punish, now I'm getting whip punished for it. By using sweep, it makes that situation a lot less likely to happen. Plus you get the whole dash up into a meaty. It is party time. Now you're in the corner, the usual set. Crouching heavy punch, doesn't want to get to. Try to jump out the corner, got stuck. And I don't know how many new people I got versus how many old people, but I always talk about this kill box. You want to stay out of this kill box. Why? Because this kill box automatically leaves you inside the box for normals, okay? Anything within this range, I'm going to show you. He did crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch jab, stand light kick, right? Stand light kick being 5 frames. It's a good normal to press at this range because it'll reach, and especially with Aki's toolkit, she doesn't really have fast, long reaching normals like Cammy stand light kick. The other thing this does is that if the opponent tries to jump, they're going to jump right in their face, right? As opposed to jumping over the opponent, right? Obviously, we know that a crosscut is a lot more difficult execution-wise than a front-facing anti-air DP. So by tailoring your offense in a manner that will force your opponent to be in front of you as opposed to over your head, makes it easier to anti-air, and in the case we do get the anti-air. Right? We walk back, put them exactly where we want to. No need for a crosscut, still back in the same situation. Plus, we get the drive rush. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. These are normals, he has to engage. So a lot of Aki's playing kind of just defers to around like fireball drive rush, using those options, using raw driver slow forward, kind of being tricky that way, and then she gets the big bombo damage once she's laid down poison on you. Right? That's kind of the mindset that we operate off of when it comes to Aki. But in these cases, because Punk is such a strong player, she's gonna have to adjust her gameplay to be a little bit more aggressive, just because she can't without her getting spin knuckled for free. It's also why this matchup tends to be a little bit more on the harder side of things. It's just because when you're here, it makes it feel as though you can't just and go for your typical Oki. Just because like her anti-fireball options are good, right? You do and she's dive kicking, that's you. She goes and then she goes spin knuckle, that's you. So now she's choosing a little bit more aggressive stance. Crossover, cross jab, meaty, steady, medium punch. Again, whenever you can pull this off, you want to go for that driver stand jab. Because of the forward momentum, moves that hitbox a little further. Boom bops. And you get the rest of it. Okay, press back. Meaty situation. Now you can go if you want to. This is the weakness though. Let me put this in there, right? This is the weakness. Punk's been pressing a lot of stand jab, you know, to check the opponent while I'm walking forward, right? This is the weakness. I'm gonna keep extending, right? But the thing is that if I keep extending my hurt box, I'm extending my hurt box, meaning that every time I do this, if I whiff, you giving me an opportunity. And especially if your opponent happens to press something in this case, right? When she's trying to go for a stand jab, boom, stand medium punch, party time. Health bar. You know what I mean? That's something to keep in mind. Okay, got the poison. Boom. Sending heavy kick on that situation is crazy. Driver stand jab again. A lot of it comes to stand jab. Now Punk is being a little bit more conservative when it comes to walk up jab, just because of the way things ended the last game. Right, we take him to the corner. We're in a situation where they have to guess. Boom, standing medium kick successful. The crouching medium kick, gotta be careful on what you press there. Notice how he's deciding not to press there, not to go for any sort of option in those instances. Why? Because we don't want to get hit with the stand light kick from Aki. It's a very annoying situation to find yourself in. Fortunately, that's a body. Yup. I'll give it to Aki. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'll give it to Aki. She does have kind of cool combos. She kind of hold that. Kind of warms my heart, really. Okay, playing the usual game, using standing heavy kick. Well, as Cammy, when you're using standing heavy kick, chef's kiss. It's -3. There's not, aside from whiffing it, there's not really a downside to throwing it out, especially even at close ranges. Granted, you lose your turn, but you're -3. You can EXDP, you can parry, you have options. So it's a mind game in and of itself. I didn't see how this last hit went down. Oh no, she got counter again. Characters, combos. Am I wrong to ask for a damage nerf? Am I wrong? Would I be wrong for that? Cause I ain't gonna lie, her damage output is kind of insane, bro. She's you get the Q. But here's the thing, right? The only time, notice in this matchup, the only time you go shoo is when it's completely safe on knockdown, right? So that's the only time she can really use Fireball Drive Rush. Outside of that instance, lock up. That stuff is locked up just because of the way the matchup is. Okay, now we might want to decide to start using some options here just to apply more pressure to the drive gauge. Decides not to do so. Using dive kick as a means to get around. Easy burnout situation. Boom. Gotta be careful about level 3. Level 3 hits, you're dead. Oh. Oh. Yikes. Yikes. I ain't gonna lie, you got him. You got him. EX dive kick's very strong option. Walk up, stand jab. Usual. He's been going for a neutral jump a little bit more, and notice how, because he doesn't want to risk going for EXDP in that instance, just going for a standing heavy punch. If it hits, it hits. If he blocks it, then, you know, you're still -3. It's way less risky of an option in that specific instance than going for like an HDP and kind of gambling the farm there. Because if it goes wrong for any reason against Aki, it's a big damage. Is it gonna scale? No, it didn't scale enough. Standing heavy punch. So what a lot of camis like to do, right? Because you're after this, you're plus, right? We all know this at this point. Cool. What some players, cami players, or even pro players like to do is be a little bit cheeky, right? What they'll do is that they'll go for a crushing heavy punch, walk up, crushing heavy punch. Why? Because they kind of want to take advantage of the fact that you're not going to press because I know I'm plus and I know that you know I'm plus. So you're not going to press. So I'm going to go for it again, right? Or they go for a cheeky throw. In this case, the MP is very confident in their play. You know what? Like, I'm not going to let you just because you have plus frames. And this is the mindset that some of us need to have sometimes, is just because you're plus doesn't mean I always have to respect it. Especially if you've already shown me that you're going to be disrespectful to me, then I'm not going to show respect. What am I showing respect to you for? You know what I mean? So changing up how you deal with different situations will make your opponent always kind of have to guess on how they want to approach offense, especially when your defense varies from even though you get put in the same situation, if you get what I'm saying. Boom, boom, DP. That's a good punish. Using the stand jab. Tried to use, again, right? We wanted to use the bigger button because we thought the opponent was going to walk back, right? We thought the opponent was going to walk back here. And because this forward heavy punch goes quite far, it's kind of to check the opponent. If we, by any chance, do get the hit here, they can hit confirm. Right? Hit confirm into a knockdown and also poison them, which means that now an anti-air can kill, right? This is all the mindset of like an Aki player, right? If you do get this hit, you're walking back, let me try and check you, right? Especially if you're going to be at max range, then it's less of a risk than doing it at this range, right? And even then, as we see here, the reason why we walk up with the jab, once again, works clean like magic. We walk forward like that to check them. That's dead. I'm gonna go back into the game after this one. Go forward, take them to the corner. Situation as usual. Now, this is a button that it gets underutilized by a lot of Kami players. Because it's forward momentum, the standing medium punch is a very good button to kind of put out there. This is good for checking your opponent, and if you can get a meaty situation off of it, standing medium punch is a great option to go for. Just because it's forward advancing and it leaves you in more times than not, leaves you, if used correctly, you puts you in an advantageous state right in the opponent. In the case that you're trapped in the corner like this, or you have your opponent trapped in the corner while keeping out of the kill box. That's not the kill box. It's about here. Now this is the kill box. What do I call the kill box? Because this is where your opponent, although trapped in the corner, can touch your body and do some killing to you, right? By utilizing the standing medium punch, you can press your button outside of the space, and then get either A, get a whiff punish because they whiffed their button, or B, use the standing medium punch to press into that area, right? You can use it as a means to check that space. Level 1, just use the meter, brings them closer, means that it takes a lot less to kill. A lot of you get panicked in this instance here, right? Because you feel like a throw is going to kill you, so then you get panicked and you go for a delayed tech. This is exactly what Punk was looking for. Yampy didn't give it to him, stay composed, and then not only got the burnout situation with Cammy not having any drive gauge because they spent it earlier. So then now you can kind of party time. But what Yampy has to be very careful of is this right here. Got the two things, right? Is this and this. Okay? If Nyambi can manage these two things and ensure neither of these two things get to where they need to be, she can kill. So right now she is very close to her win con. In fact, you could argue she's in her win con. However, if we let either one of these things slip, it's over. Getting them out of burnout for obvious reasons. Them having level 1, very smart to keep in mind because we will not survive a level 1 attempt. Okay, so in this instance, these are the two things that they're trying to manage. I can right click and get rid of things? No, I can't. Okay. Right? Watch both of them. Gotta be careful. And it went over. Now she has to be super careful of how she goes about this. Right? Now this is what we call risk management, okay? Risk management, because a lot of you don't risk manage. If you're in this situation, right? We're looking for this to come back. At this point, we're like, this is about to come back, okay? Either A, she gonna get desperate, and then I'm going to get a level 1. And if I get a level 1, I guarantee to get this back, okay? If she does it too late, I can parry, I can DI back, whatever, I can do whatever I want, right? But generally, in this situation, a lot of you get a little bit too panicked here. That's when you start trying to jump. That's when you try to deal with other things. So in this case, Punk was solely focused. If he ripped that DI, it was over. The level 1 was coming. If that DI came out, the level 1 was ready. So instead, Yampy went for a throw. Throw won't kill me, so you can have the throw. I will get all my drive gauge back, and I'm safe. Right? Granted, I have to do another guess, but either way, I'm safe off that specific instance. That is a little bit tragic. But either way, I'm safe off the instance, right? And that's kind of the important part. Reduce the amount of risk that you're taking, the amount of gamble that you're taking in each specific instance. You do that, you'll be cooking. BP. Did I end up watching another game by accident? Okay, throw, standing heavy punch. Watch it crush up. See how I just waited to react. If you whip anything, Punk is on it like that. But yeah, that was good control. That was generally what we like to see out of these types of games. Let me see, close this up. Okay, is there anyone who's looking for a coaching session? Let me know in the chat. Either of the chats, I can see both chats. So if you guys want a session, let me know. I'll boot up and then we can do that. Bow, bow, bow. Ugh. I'm about 50 something. I spent a lot of time in. I spent very little time on ranked, huh? Yo, Mist, what's good with you, bro? Hope you're doing well. Mist, you coming back to see them Kim changes or what? What's the word? You know, I was just thinking back on the whole event that we ran. Like, that joint was fun. That was fun. There were those who kind of wanted to ruin it, but aside from that, it was actually a very good event. Oh, wow. Interesting. I should have killed him. I was kind of worried that it. Chilling, how's the stream? Yeah, I've been back, going really well. Good. Oh, ooh. Did I do that wrong? I lost. Ha ha! I forgot what round we were on. I forgot what round we were on. That's on me. That's me lacking. I forgot what round we were on. I'm sorry. Dash. Dash is a terrible option. Okay, which is fine. Oh. Thank you, game. That's exactly what I wanted. You're too hyper. I'm not sure why you do all that. Okay. You press crouch and medium punch. I tried to do it to him. I tried to do it to him. It's funny. So, brother, please. Okay. What are you doing? Please. Please. Okay, brother. Brother, please. The rule of thirds, ladies and gentlemen, the rule of thirds. Is he gonna jump? Oh. Ah, pain. I pressed it! No way! I pressed it, bro. There's no way, bro. Ah. I pressed it. Oh. That's fine. Gimmicky, gimmicky. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like how I lost. I know what he was going for. I just chose the wrong answer. I chose the wrong answer. I was supposed to grab him. I was supposed to grab him. I chose. I chose the wrong answer. I chose the wrong answer. Chai. I chose the wrong answer. I definitely chose the wrong answer there. Does Weapon need a? Yeah, man. I personally, I hope it comes. I hope it comes. But trust me, spending my days playing ranked. Word. All right. Ooh. Word. My fault. I was playing City of the Wolves for a second. My fault for playing that game. Stay there. My fault. It's just me. Dog, that's driver wrestle, bro. That's driver wrestle, bro. Okay. Alright. It's okay. No, stop that. Hi, folks. I understand, okay? I understand. That's how I know you don't know what you're doing. That's how I know you don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you keep busting that normal. It's just very weird. Okay. Press it one more time. Nah, you pressing? Should I go for it? It's not killing. Why did I go for it? It's not killing. Yeah! Trying to do it to me. He's trying to do it to me. I'm scared. Oh, my fault. I tried to check guard rush. Oh my god. Let me. Oh. Jump. Oh. There it is. At one point it'll land. At one point it will land. I should really, take this stuff seriously. Oh. Take me serious. Okay. Oh. Woo. I didn't reach. Oh. Yes. Oh. Oh, oh, yes. I I don't know if whether or not I would be able to stun him or not. So I'm like, you know what? You know what? I would it have killed? I'm in the trenches. Huh. Ow! Stop pressing standing heavy kick, you bum! Leave me alone. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna throw you now. Dog, you don't even have this. I don't have a choice. 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 You gonna throw it? Nah, you don't throw it. Okay. All right. He thinks. Holy smokes. Where was my drive reversal, people? You know, I would have gotten a whole bar for that. I'm dead. Please. Please. My brother in Christ. Oh, my brother in Christ. Oh, my brother in Christ. What? Oh, my brother in Christ, he went. Yo, what happened to the cam? There you go. Oh, my brother in Christ. Oh. All right. Things we could have improved on in that situation. Obviously, we gotta stop taking. We gotta stop taking. A lot of the time, when you get so wrapped up in the game, you want to press tech. You want to press tech. The reality is, can't press tech. Bro. Oh, I didn't believe it. I'm not sure what happened. Am I not pressing parry, game? Ooh. That was the slowest. That why? Jump. Okay. Okay. My fault. My fault. Code red. Yeah, I'm still doing them. Code red. I'm still doing them. Yo, dog. That's fine. Oh. Okay, I guess, like, brother, please spare me, bro. Like, okay, I guess. Son. Oh. You see, now you done doomed yourself. I ain't gonna lie, you doomed yourself, bro. Like, you're dead. You're dead. Like, now you just lose. Now what happens? What happens? What happens? You're dead. Why? Why? brother, please. Drive rush isn't the answer. All right, let's see what happens. Hey. Oh, okay. I guess Perry don't want to do anything. Ooh, we jumping. Backdash. Hey, backdash. Backdash, backdash. Hey, I'll take it. Where we at? This is what I'm saying. Ah, it's out of range. Don't do that. No. All right. Let me show you some tech, brother. Let me show you some tech. You want to Gen Ride? Gen Ride me. Gen Ride me then. Come on. Gen Ride me. Come on, Gen Ride me. Okay. Gen Ride me, bro. I got. I was smiling. Oh, whoa. Let's get that drive gauge. These are your people, guys. These are your people. These are your people. You need one bad eye. Let's do it. Give me your CFN. Like, brother, please. Can we play? Can we play the game together? Is that something? My man's like, all right, let me Gen Ride you. All right, bro. Listen, my stand light kick might not reach, but my heavy command grab will. You hold it. You will hold it. Okay? You will hold it. It's because I'm not warm, bro. I'm not warm. I ain't gonna lie. I've been really feeling it. What's your CFN? I've been really feeling City of the Wolves, bro. I've really been feeling it. So I've been less so feeling this game, being honest. Maybe like a little refresh, maybe a little Elena will make me feel a little cuddly smooth on the inside. Unlikely, but you know, maybe it might do something for me. It might I was about to say something crazy. Alright, let's see it. Let's get rid of that. We were gonna meme on thing, but let's see it. Alright, let's see what you got going. I ain't gonna lie, I was memeing that guy, and then I was like, hold on. I ain't gonna lie, the command grab got me feeling the type of way. Ooh, okay. You trying to get right, huh? You trying to get right. You doing your thing. Let's look at these ones. What happened here? Let's see what happened here to you. Sometimes you just need a little different of perspective on what you're doing, right? I never seen you play, so then sometimes you need the adjustment on site. We'll see what's going on though. Versus Days. Why does that name feel like super familiar to me? Nice TP, pull up, yep. Off of first interaction? I guess you didn't want to get DP'd and give them the round, but it's fine. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So, remember when we was talking about earlier, right? Well, I don't know, Code Red, if you were there for that, but I was speaking on sweep. Why do I like sweep as an option? If I see my opponent with something, right, while I'm playing the game, hold on. If I see my opponent with something while I'm in the game, not only do you get the side switch, and then you can get your party started off of that hit. It's just like, obviously you can hit something, right? You can get something off of it. I'm not saying that you can't hit like a crouching medium and be successful, but if you want that hard knockdown into a situation where you can make them guess, beautiful, right? This is beautiful. That's why you using sweep as like a punisher is beautiful. Get the hard knockdown, which means you have enough frames to jump over their head, on top of which it's such a long normal, it's fairly hard to mess it up if you whiff punish correctly. That's what I'm saying. So this is a good instance of where it would have been super handy for you to have that right there. Okay. Oh, unfortunate. Dash thing. What did we press? What did we press? Off of this instance, they go for a thing, which you have to respect. This is the safe jump, right? They can go for a cross jab. What did you press here? What did you get counter here? Oh, you tried the DP? Nah, that's no bueno. Safe jump. Light into jump. Light spin or breakdance, whatever you want to call it, into jump, safe jump. Can't do anything. You can't do that. Even if you wanted to, you can't do it. They'll just end up blocking it. Boom. Guess for life. That was a lot riskier than he needed it to be. If he went for normal throw, it would have gotten the same value, but less risk. Because if you jumped in that instance, it's over. Okay. Pull up. Okay. Good. Boom. How do we construct our pressure from here? Okay, EXDP, that's fine. Okay, sometimes in your pressure, right, while you're going for this, is what Blaz does a lot, right? He'll check his opponent by going for light Hashigeki, right? There's not really a risk to it. Top of which, if you get it, you get a whole combo off of it, right? There's a reason why you see him go for this a lot. Oh, wow. Right? If they go for anything and they get counter hit in that instance, right? It's a beautiful thing to throw out. Top of which, safe. So even if you go for it and then you want to risk back the farm, you can. I'm not saying you want to, but you can, right? Immediately afterwards, if you want to go for an option, you can because you're safe there. Right? So keep that in mind, that Hasho is a good way to check your opponent. EXTP, back throw, that's fine, you're still okay. These are the moments that you need to start utilizing, right? Because if you see him do this, brother, it's party time. Oh, I pressed the wrong sequence of buttons. My fault. And he's dead. You know what I mean? Come. It's literally the difference between winning and losing. Okay. Now, if we're going to press a button, let's talk about the follow-up. If we're going to press something afterwards, we're not going to press crouch jab. Why? Because the methodology here is that if you press, hold on, If you press down, jab, and he presses down, jab, you lose. The philosophy is not good there, right? However, because you have, it's still not good to bet the farm here. I'm gonna be honest with you. Either way, this is a situation where either you want to parry if you want to be cheeky. However, our drive gauge is not good for parry right now. We could also decide to simply just block and then wait for a parry in between. That way, it's a little bit more of a safer option, right? Granted, we're not going to get the break on this, but the other end of this that I want to talk about, let's move a couple of seconds back here, is that since I've been watching Blaz cook a little bit, I've noticed something, right? You could definitely, here's the thing, if you force both of y'all into thing, you're trying to burn them out, EX, right? I get trying to go for this option because it gives you the EX Hasho, gives you those plus frames. It's just a great option. Then you can check them again and force them into burnout. If y'all are both in burnout, you're the stronger character in burnout. Think of it like that. Who's the stronger character in burnout? Once Ryu gets you in burnout, it's obnoxious. It is obnoxious. Okay? So don't be afraid of necessarily burning yourself out to burn the other opponent out, especially when you're Ryu. If your other characters, let me put this disclaimer out there. If your other characters, less so of a case. That's why we see Blaz burn it out. Why? Because you can bully them with Hasho. Wow, that was a terrible combo. Okay, what did you do here? What in tarnation did you do? What did you do? Oh, you did try to rip it. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You did try to rip it. I was about to say, if you didn't try to rip it, I don't know. But in those cases, if you're going to rip an option, rip level 1. Don't rip level 3. Level 1 will kill. Still has the same involved frames. Granted, you do get the little arc on it, right? What do I mean by arc? The way it goes up like this. Which means if your opponent tries to jump up, they'll get caught. When it comes to level 1 goes straight. Which means if they try to jump over it, they'll just jump over it, right? Okay. So another one of the things that is very good in your favor is that we gotta check to see if how the opponent deals with Donkey Kick, how the opponent reacts to Fireball. Why? Because something that you need to sprinkle in your game is because a lot of people, when they're dealing with fireballs, right, their default is to parry, right, the entire time instead of blocking like he's doing now. If you see him do that, you can go for that mix-up. I'm sure you've seen it many times, right? I'm sure you've seen them go for this and into the ground, right? Don't forget this is a great part of your plan because this also forces, why? Because this also forces your opponent to start blocking your fireballs. When they start blocking your fireballs, it's not about the fireballs. It's about the donkey kicks. When they start blocking the fireballs, they're going to stop trying to parry them. If they stop trying to parry them, you can now start hitting them with kicks. The donkey kicks serve your purpose of burning your opponent out. On top of using this option, heavy, right? On top of using EX, donkey kicks, fireball, light Hasho to bait out parry. These are the things that you're going to start implementing into your game. Otherwise, you got the combo, you have the structure, but these are the things I want you to start realizing and start capitalizing on. See how he's parrying? So you see how he's parrying, right? Super used to parrying. Let's see what he does when you light Hasho. What does he do when you light Hasho? Boom, burnout. Party him. Party him. So let's talk about this situation here, right? Alright. Hold on. Burnout, successful. Okay? Drive rush, cool. He can level 1 you, but I want to talk about this level 1 situation here. He pops level 1 here. Right? He pops level 1. Breakdance, whatever. Drink. Right? Cool. Gets a little bit of his drive gauge back. But now he's sitting at a big fat 0. What does that mean? It means party time. So don't be afraid to use a little bit of your health in order to bait out this level 1. Because once you have this, boom, it's party time. Party time. Win condition met. If he does it, win condition met. If he doesn't do it, he gets bullied to the corner and he can die. Think of it like that. Don't forget that. Alright. Boom, bully them. Boom, bully them. Boom, bully them. It's time. Get them out of here. Pack them up. Boom. As long as we don't forget that aspect of it, it's a beautiful thing. Alright. No more Ryu. Come on. No more Ryu. Good. It be what it be. Good. Now keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure. You gotta look at your resources. Look at your resources. Look at his. Keep up the pressure. Don't be afraid. If he XDPs you, he XDPs you. If he XDPs you, now he only has this small little thing left. Bully him. You tried to throw him, which, you know, it is what it is. But bully him. Drive rush, used a lot in that. This is fine, used a lot. Good. I know. I'm glad you were some semblance of ready, but at the same time, no. It's a little. It's the answer. I'm not saying it is not the answer, but oh Lord have mercy, what just happened? Tech, you're chilling. Try to jump. He goes for the thing. Ooh, you try to parry. Ooh. Okay, up forward. Up forward here is not the answer, right? Did he drive rush? I don't know if he drive rush. But I talked about this before, where you go for like, when your opponent goes for like a low forward answer or something like that, especially if they have a naturally plus button, sometimes they'll want to press it. So sometimes they'll press something like low forward standing medium punch. In the case that they press low forward standing medium punch, they are not actually ready for what that means. It also means that it leaves you a gap, which we can use in OS to take advantage of. I'll show you in the training mode once we're out. Throw. Play the music. I'm gonna play the music. Hold on. I'm gonna play the music. Hold on. Right? Brother! And it's gone. And it's gone. Opportunity gone. throw, we're still alive. Hey, there was actually something I wanted to look into. I'm gonna look into that. There was something I just remembered. I'm gonna look into that. Sorry, what happened here? My mind went into the matches that I played against the Ken. He did something in the second game there that I want to look into. It has to do with the video that I'm thinking about, and it has to do with Quickwise. I want to make sure that I am right there. Can I talk about that? Let's talk about this. This right here, this philosophy is terrible. This philosophy is terrible. Don't do this no more. I'm gonna explain why. This philosophy doesn't get you anywhere. Okay? If they go for this, if you go for this option, if not, you don't win. You don't win. The only situation this sequence of buttons wins is if they throw. If they go for a strike, you lose. If they go for a bait, you lose. You don't win here. You're not happy here. If you go for a throw, you draw. And you're still in the corner. You understand why this sequence of buttons is terrible? You don't win. You don't win. If you try to go for a button, sure, like, you know what I mean? If they try to throw you afterwards, you win, right? If they try to bait and you go for a strike, especially at that range, you don't win, but it's technically a draw. Here, it's lose, draw. I don't want lose, draw, and I don't want lose, draw for you. So we this option, trash. Don't use it anymore. Don't use it anymore. It doesn't serve any purpose for you. That parry throw is garbage. It's garbage. Because a lot of the time, if someone wants to get, if someone wants to go for plus frames into a throw, 9 times out of 10, with very few exception, you get, there's a gap there, which means that you can get counter hit for it. 9 times out of 10, right? Only few characters can actually get that going out without having to walk forward into the grab. When you walk forward, that's the gap, right? Where were you at? Right? So if you go for a crouch jab, they get counter hit. They get counter hit, you get crouch jab, crouch immediate punch, right? And you can party time them. Okay? Now, let's talk about the thing that I was talking about earlier. Okay? If your opponent decides to go for low forward drive rush into a plus button here, right? Like so. They're now +6 and they can party time, right? Generally, we want to avoid this situation. There's a reason why people are forced into doing this. Because they don't want to get the OS that I'm about to show you. Okay? So the OS is as follows. So what you're going to do is you're going to set slot 1 to do the thing, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to set slot 2 to do the real thing. So what ends up happening now is that they'll change it up between the two options. Okay? So why do I want to show this? If I'm pressing DP in between the timing. So what ends up happening, if they go for anything that's fake, oh wait, why is my DP's not coming out? There it is. If they go for anything fake, then they get DP. They go for the real, nothing happens. They go for fake, they get blown up. like so, right? This stops your opponent from going for anything fake. They have to keep it real. Now, what are the benefits of this situation? Right? If they go for this, they're +3, right? Still a situation that kind of sucks. But at the very least, they can't party time you as hard. Being +6 here is party time. You like being +3, you can kind of be like, you know what I'm saying, let me do a little something. If they're +6 in your face, you're not pressing anything. You're not doing anything. You're not pressing. Right? You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. So this is also a way, right? When your opponent feels a little bit greedy, they'll also try to go for, like, you know what I mean, to get that little stock up. You know, they'll spend the 3 gauge in order to get the first drive gauge, right? So this also mitigates this option as well, right? Because going for throw here is a gap. There is a gap there. So being able to take advantage of that, especially on Jamie, he has to go for this. Has to go for it. The other thing, like I mentioned, don't be afraid to play the light hasho game. This makes your opponent want to be a little bit more selective on where they want to tap parry. When they stop wanting to tap parry, you can start going for options like kick. When you start incorporating kick, look how much drive gauge we're taking off of him by going for that option, right? We're making sure that it's rough for him. His drive gauge keeps taking hits, right? Eventually, we get to the point where their drive gauge gets really low, and then you can bully them into like that, right? I'm really terrible with it. Right? Oh, Austin encouraging me to cook. Yep. Now, the other part of this, right, you gotta keep in mind, is if the opponent by any chance just does that, you know. But that will be when your opponents get a little bit more wiser. You know what I mean? Then you start looking goofy. But the other end of that is that you start reacting to the slowdown. You start trying to react to the slowdown. Right? You keep starting to try to react to the slowdown. When you start trying to react to the slowdown, it gets a little bit better of a situation. You feel me? But that's generally what the type of OS that I want you to start incorporating, okay? Hey, 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 hey. Take it easy. Play this for me. Okay. That's generally what I want you to do. What do you do about Jamie's heavy punch? Jamie's heavy punch is 5 frames. However, it's a very annoying option because when he goes for it. However, one thing to note is that his turn ends because he's -3. It is safe, but it leaves him super close to the opponent. So let's suppose in this case, let's say he does some. Let's just say we out in the wilds, and then he does this, right? Immediately after he does this, right, we can do a micro walk forward into throwing it, right? What does that mean for the opponent? The opponent thinks that they can either mash or try to walk out the situation. So let's say he goes for, right? He's gonna try and walk out the situation. These are so when he tries to walk out, now his feet are susceptible, right? Ooh. So when his feet are susceptible, you can go for something, right? If he thinks that you're gonna try and walk and grab him, obviously walk and grab will lose to him walking back, right? Very obviously. But when he's walking back, he's no longer blocking his feet. So it's after he gets the -3 situation. Is he A, going to try and walk back, in which he gets hit by crouching medium kick? Or B, is he going to sit in place? Or C, is he going to mash? That is kind of the mind game that comes off of a -3 situation, right? Obviously, you can rip DP, but in the case that you don't press anything, or you can kind of walk back in the situation, right? Then he just gets blown up for it, and you get the big bombo combo. But that's generally what happens off of -3 is that there is a certain level of guessing game. I can't say there's a go-to way to go about it, right? There's a decent way to go about it where you go like this and you kind of check your opponent. If they try to mash immediately afterwards, then they kind of get hit for it. But outside of that, I don't really. I would probably say no. Look at what your opponent is doing. Look at which option they're going for every time they hit a standing heavy punch. Don't just play the game on a loop. Look at what your opponent is actually doing. If your opponent is walking back, clip them feet, bro. Pack up his feet, bro. I want his feet in a pack. You know? If he's sitting there, we can go for a throw. The key thing here, though, is to make sure that you're not keep going for the same option over and over. Maybe the first time we go for throw. Maybe the second time we go for walk back because they think that you're going to go for throw. They're going to rip a DP. Maybe the second time we just walk back and let it go, right? Maybe the third time we go for the low forward to get something started. You got to make sure you're diversifying your options to make sure that your opponent thinks about whether or not they want to press on -3 or not, right? I would also say sometimes use this, but solar plexus. I'm not gonna lie, I personally hate dealing with solar plexus, but I can understand why Ryu players don't want to press it out all that often. I can understand that. Right, I can understand that. But generally, those are the things that I want you to start incorporating. I appreciate you popping out. If there's anyone else who would like a session, feel free to do so. You know what I haven't done? Let's see what happens if I just what happens if I played Ryu Meister myself, you know? Hey, what happened to the music? Where did it was it not playing the whole time? That's crazy. Hey, did we play Claire? Have we played Claire? Man, let me do. One thing I gotta make sure that I'm keeping aware of is what normal I'm pressing into it, because I'm sure if you try to do something here, what we gotta do to get a review again, just put your CFN in the chat, brother. Same way it's always been. Let's see if we can do it to someone. Can we do it to someone? I'm not a Ryu main, okay? I'm not a Ryu main. But I got hit with the sad music. You did. You did. Alright, let's see what we can do. Okay. Ooh. Oh, he pressed up again. Hang on. Oh. Oh. Oh, he went for it. He went for it. I didn't think he would be bold enough to go for it. I thought he'd be like, all right, you go for an option. Cool. Ooh. I don't got combos. Why do you keep jumping? Wait, why does he keep jumping? I'm not prepared for it. Oh. Oh. I'm getting hit with the stuffs. I'm getting hit with the stuffs. Oh, it didn't come out. It didn't come out. The DP. The DP. I ain't gonna lie. You know. Oh, I pressed it. That sucks. getting hit. Ooh, I'm getting hit. Oh! Oh! Why? Yo, son. Okay, okay. My read's terrible. It's terrible. Awful. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that's terrible. Ooh. Oh, I'm not getting my thing. Oh, I keep getting... That's what I want. Ooh. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Oh, my fault. My fault. Maybe the crouching heavy punch don't actually work, huh? Hey, yo. Thank you. Yo, I'm not getting my DPs. Dog, I'm not getting my DPs. I'm not getting my DPs. Hey man, listen. It's not my fault, I swear. Ugh. Brother, why are you pressing? These are some crazy decisions. Why would that hit me? Out of curiosity. I'm gonna backdash. Cause I'm a G. Oh, where was my thing, bro? I'm gonna risk it. I don't know the combo, man. I don't know the combo. Difference, been a minute. A Kim match? Sure. Alright, I got you. Woo. Oh, that sucks. Ew. Get in that corner, little sis. Get in that corner. Get in that corner. Oh. Come here. Brother, please. Oh, my jab miss. My jab miss. Hold on. Is the Ryu? Oh. Okay. Never mind. All right. I ain't gonna lie, they singing their souls out, bro. Son. Which ones? A Kim match? Okay. Which one? Do you want a DJ one or do you want the Aki one? I ain't gonna lie, that was a powerful song, bro. Bro, we need what we need right now. This is what we need. You feel me? This right here is what we need. That was some powerful singing right there, but at the same time, we need some jelly music. Which one? I'm gonna take the Aki one. Oh wait. Wait. You're not playing Kim. Never mind. I'm blind. You're not playing Kim. I'm taking the DJ one. Yeah. I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute. This doesn't look right. All right, let's see what happened. Wow. Okay, I like the thing by accident. It's something I've been trying to incorporate myself, but going for this, you know what I mean? This is an option that you should be using a little bit more often. Right? Especially if you know they're going to go for a light string. What is it? I keep forgetting. But essentially, if you know they're going for a light string here, you can kind of go for an attempt on parry. Right? Obviously, there's a risk because he can go for a tick throw. But at the very least, if you're successful... Now I can't hit it. Anyways, at the very least, you can get something off of it. Off of jab strings. Because there is a gap there. Even like the one that you did there, he could go for parry in there. It's something to keep in mind. Okay, what's the follow-up? Good. Hey, you're okay. You got what we call the DTM syndrome. Do you know what DTM syndrome is? DTM syndrome is where you're doing too much. You are overcomplicating. Listen, you are playing at level 9, where your opponent is playing at level 4. You are doing way too much. What do I mean by this? Let's look at what happened. Okay, you get your hit here, whatever. Right? We do this, backdash. Okay? Backdash. Cool. Hop afterwards. It is what it is. Okay? You get the thing, you get the throw. Cool. Boom. What's next? Drive rush. Why are we trying to bait? He hasn't shown that he's willing to scout out green dash. You know what I mean? He hasn't shown that yet. And then we're trying to be tricky now. You see how you're playing at level 9 and he's playing at level 4? He's like, all right, I'm gonna wake up level 4 and smile. Right? Oh, this is you already did the thing. Like, it's just simply doing too much. Alright? You get the knockdown here. Bossa. Cool. You know what I mean? Like, I keep forgetting it's not Marissa. Doing too much. Nice description. You're trying to play at a level that this guy's clearly not at. Okay? You're activating the trickery. Why? Because you know that there are opponents who will try and DP you here. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to you. Does not make sense to him. This is the thing that we have to keep in mind while we're playing the game. If me and you, I see you. I understand you. We are on the same page. This guy, he's a lost sheep. Again, an act of doing too much. The DI is to serve what purpose? To throw a monkey wrench into the game? You're just doing it. Let's rip it. If he chooses an option, or if he chooses jab, you lose. Fortunately here, he burned himself out. All my 1600s, I'm gonna need you to get this right and get it right quick, right? If you're that guy, go for your option. If you're that guy, go for that option. Hold on. What was it again? But if you're that guy, go for it. If you're not that guy, please. If you're feeling a little rough and you feel like you're not there yet, I need you to sweep this, man. Your sweep is good. Your sweep is good, okay? A little 8-framer long range button that can whip punish nonsense is good. Use it. It's there. If you're feeling that guy and you can use that standing heavy punch to whip punish, go for it. More power to you. Other than that, take it easy. See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? Okay, number one. No need to waste both of your resources because these things don't come back next game. They don't come back next round. I don't know why you popping them boy joints like they candy. That isn't a cheap spend. Okay? You whipped here. Alright? Then you ran. See what I mean? Doing too much. You ran. This is full screen. This is full screen. Said, rolling around at the speed of sound. While you're thinking, alright, you know, maybe he's not gonna try and press off the bomb because the bomb is there, right? He might get hit by it if he tries to press. So I can run at him. This man's like, man, this man about to run at me. Alright. Let me press the button. Let me press the button. If I hit it, I'll win. So let me hit it. In which it didn't work. And you got hit and you died. He's like, well. Okay. Our brother Chris. Yeah. You gotta stop doing the magic tree. The magic tree. Yes, we were making up words. The magic tree. It's too much. What is what? We press it to lose our turn. We lose our turn. Because now you know, now that you pressed that, you lost your turn. What are you going to do? Tap parry? Level 1? You know? That's unfortunate on the... correct me if I'm wrong here. What? Ooh, no, that's just a terrible one. Yeah, that's a terrible one. I thought you could get the jab off of it. Because what you got to do in those situations when it looks like a situation that would normally look like a safe jump, obviously it's not a safe jump, but in a situation where they'd be safe. You see, you might lose your privileges to the chill music. We might go to Alley Cat based on this situation. Forward, down, back. Nope, this is your fault. Changing music. This is your fault. Blame missed, chat. We're going back to Alley Cat. You get sad music. We're changing back. We're pausing this. You know, it was there for you. This man, you know what? I'm gonna put my all into this. Right? You got the perfect spacing. His foot is trying to touch you so badly, but it can't. It actually low-key does, but it can't touch you. Then you press down, back. Now this is purposeful. This is purposeful. You tried to do this. This is you trying to do this. But missed. You're coming back. I understand. Your first time, I understand. The second time, I'm like, the third time. How many times is the brother gonna whip this thing in your face and you How many times is the man gonna whip this in your face? How many times is the man gonna whip this in your face? How do I do this? How am I missing that now? Anyways, how many times is that man gonna whip that in your face? Huh? Party time. You're walking back, okay? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. While you're walking back, right in the corner. Granted, you're not walking anywhere, but that's neither here nor there because he doesn't have low forward drive rush. It doesn't really matter as much. Okay, you're walking back. If you're doing this, what on the screen are you looking for? Are you not looking for him to whiff something, or for him to drive rush at you? Something? Him to jump at you? You should be looking for something. That HP is hard though. They expanded its hitbox, so they made it a little bit easier, and also made it a little bit more obnoxious as well. Oh, you said though. Oh, okay. You meant to say two. I see. Never mind. Okay, we get hit here. We're in the corner. We're getting party timed. Now, I won't always advise this, right? You got your sweep. Now, because this is not a hard knockdown, it's not as nice. But if you want to go that route, we can always go that route. You know what I mean? Put them in the corner. Right? Put them in the corner. Force them to guess. Right? Make that situation uncomfortable for them. Lol. I understand why you did what you did, but lol. The game came back and said, no, you will not do that to me. Wow, 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 wow. Overall, you could beat this guy. I learned that with Ryu today off of the sweep. Oh, yeah. Very good with punish button. And the games that we were watching earlier, right? While the game was, the network was down due to Steam, we were watching Punk and I was talking about it then as well. He used sweep as an option. Why? Because if you whiff punish correctly, you get a hard knockdown, you get the party time up. Yeah, this is hard. That's so hard. You tried the drive reversal. Yeah, you try to drive reversal. You tap parry before you gotta hit the forward and then drive reversal. Can I get you to check one of my replays? Sure. What's your CFN? Ooh. Forward, sweep. They gotta go crash out mode like this guy was just pressing buttons. Yep. But the other end of it, right? These, if your opponent is a crash out, right? These are the moments where you gotta be ready, right? You gotta be ready. Ooh, that's kind of cheap. Hold on. Nah, you can still. Yeah, you can still. That button is a little. Yeah, that button is a little cheap. You know what I'm saying? That button a little cheap. It's the hey. You know, hey. You know, say hey. You know what I mean? Run at them. But you gotta be ready, right? You gotta take advantage of it. Notice how when you incorporated more sweep, you got more opportunities to knock him down and put him into an uncomfortable situation. Okay. Oh. Okay. It worked out. Pull up. It's not gonna get you any value. You gotta think about value. You gotta think about value here. Here, it would be much better if we just hold space. What do I mean by hold space? Instead of going for can here, can doesn't do anything for you. You can't make up this distance. You cannot make up this distance in a safe way. There might be someone in the test that, oh no, hold on, you can teleport. Listen, at higher levels, now granted, this guy's a nut job, right? Guy's a nut job. But at higher levels, you'll find that they're ready to check a teleport if it comes through, right? So aside from teleport, there's no way to make it all the way here. So this can holds very little value. If he either A, jumps forward, it's gone. You can't make up the distance from here either. From here, where you are currently, to here, in order to crouching heavy punch him, you can't make up that distance either. This can does not give you value. See what I'm saying? I learned light, vagabond works in those cases, a lot of those cases. Hey, go for it, man. But that's why this thing, that's why this one don't give you value. Then you go for his nonsense. Basics 101. If we know where our positioning is on the map, we want to push them towards the corner. Oh, this is the wrong way. Whoa, look at how the screen be shaking, man. Alright. Take him towards the corner. Why? Because the corner is better for you. Okay, didn't mean to do that, but the corner is better for you. Now that you're in the corner, it's a lot more uncomfortable for you, a lot more comfortable for me. You try and jump, you get anti-aired, right? Try to press a button, or you try to press that stupid sweep button, you get hit, right? You can control the game using your standing medium kick. On that note, standing medium kick is an option that is severely underutilized in your tutelage as a Kim player. Right out kicks for long range of the jump. I stayed still. Yeah. Okay, you missed your thing. You got caught. Teching. The old delayed tech catches everyone all the time. Ain't nothing we can do about it. All we can do is just accept the fact that it is what it is. You know? But yeah. Those are the things generally that I want you to start focusing on. Number one, your whiff punishing needs to be a little bit better. Number two, I want you to start taking a little bit more initiative. A lot of the time, the only times you got the party started was if they made a mistake of some sort, and then you went in from there, right? I didn't even see whether or not he could check a drive rush or not. You know, you played 2 games with the guy, and I don't know if he can check a drive rush, right? Your drive rush jab is a strong option. Your drive rush crouching light kick is a strong option. Crouching light kick so that they can catch their feet. Stand jab for the extra extended range on the normal. If those options, if they start checking those options, then we can gotta be a little bit more sneaky. That's with the quick fall option, right? When you jump quick fall, see if they DP. If they don't DP, then you can go for an option. Those types of things that you want to add a little bit more to your repertoire instead of doing too much, right? You started with the trickery, you continued a little bit, you dialed back the trickery, but then you were still trying to incorporate things and not keeping your gameplay stable. At this current junction, your gameplay is not stable. But don't worry, my gameplay is not stable either. I get too swept up in things and my gameplay is not stable either. That's namely why I'm at where I'm at. However, if you stabilize your gameplay, have a set game plan, have a way that you want to go about things, it'll help you deal with situations, especially when your opponent is a wild cowboy. All right, Javier. All right, let's see what you got. What you got for me? Oh, that's not it. Where'd it go? Okay, fine. 3966 413 182. man from the DR, huh? A DR representative. Whoa. Okay. Sure. How did the human potato violate you? We shall find out. Alright. We're done with this. Back to our music. I feel like I've played the human potato before. That delayed tech a killer. Yeah, thanks for the review. I got you with the sweeps and whip punishing. Calm down your brain. You're a solid player. Sometimes I think you get wrapped up in the opponents that you fought. Scale yourself back. Sometimes your opponent is not as good as you think they are in your head. They're not playing the way you think they are. Oh, that was slow. Oh, that was slow. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, here, right? We didn't go for anything. That's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with not going for anything. Right? We went for jump. You walked back, right, thinking something was going to happen. You acknowledged the parry, but didn't grab him. You grabbed him way too late. So when you're walking back, you're looking to see if something happened. Nothing didn't happen, walk for a grab. Don't be so slow on it. Maybe you're just waking up, maybe you're just warming up. But this was very slow of you. Like that, like exactly what he did, that's what you need to do in that case. Nice. Hey, 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 hey. You should be ready. Right? At the very least, you know what I mean? At the very least. I get you thought he was gonna block, but you know what I mean? Like at the very least. Oh. You know? Let's challenge him a little bit, you know? I get why it happened. However, okay. Grab the shabs and good. I'm not pressing. Yes, good. I love this. For those who don't know what happened, the first instance, our friend here went for jump. They tapped parry instead of anti-air. Second time around, when our boy jumped, he tapped parry again. But we showed a different answer. We were ready. This is where we want to burn out our opponent. How do you go about burning out your opponent? I wouldn't even say this is necessary. No need to take any risk. Oh, that actually punishes it. Oh, I actually didn't know that. That is good tech to know. I actually didn't know that punishes. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is that would be the best answer. Drive rush low forward, that's the best answer. No, you're right. That is the best answer. You're right, my fault. I thought the ranging was safe enough where if they woke up the eye, you would still be safe. But I guess not. Careful not to burn yourself out. Throw fireball. Yep, good, good. You want to be careful with this though. Right? If you go for this option and they mashing, you know what I mean? You get put into this situation. Not real. Just keep that in mind. You did good though. Instead, make sure it's confirmed either through a drive rush medium punch DI or standing heavy kick DI. It's happened to me a couple times, but this is granted that your opponent is good. So, cool. Okay, pull up, throw him. Oh no. That's the second time that you didn't go for the follow-up there. Right? This man has matched on you again. We can be a little bit cheeky. Yeah, that option was not great. Okay. Be careful about tapping parry. Oh no. No. Positioning. Nothing else matters. Positioning. We take positioning over the mediocre damage. This is where you want to be. This is where we want to be. Right? Want to make sure that we're taking rid of it. This doesn't do anything. Right? Then you realize retroactively that you still want to burn out. He matched level 1 and then you got hit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just look at it. Yep, just follow it. Good. This is the body. I ain't gonna lie, you did the most. I swear this is like, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me, I'm not no Aki player, right? But correct me if I'm wrong. Alright? I'm terrible at this. Oh, no, this isn't work. Whoa, what's wrong? I don't know. No, you know what? You're right. You're right. My fault. My fault. You probably knew the right route. You probably just messed it up ever so slightly. My fault. I'm not gonna pretend like I got Aki combos down. Yeah, you can't take that trade because of that instance. Yeah, they just get hit. I'm not gonna pretend like I got that route. But regardless, that is a very important combo to not drop. That's not very helpful. But either way. What I want you to, when you drive rush low forward after a meaty situation, you actually have to make sure that you're able to follow it up, right? Don't be afraid to go for the crouching medium kick into standing heavy kick, right? You can go into different options. You could go into fireball, implode it, right? You have different options there. Or you can just simply stop after the standing heavy kick. Don't be afraid to use the standing heavy kick immediately afterwards. It's not by force that you have to go for an option. Stance kick, slide punch, everything. Yeah. Nice. Now this is tragedy. I ain't gonna lie, the game did you dirt. Nope. Nope. That's the one thing about Terry, super annoying, is that it goes on there. I was trying to establish the grab in his mind. Yeah. But he just kept mashing. If you notice that your opponent on meaty situations keep mashing, stop trying to think ahead of the game. Let's get to that point when he shows he can adapt to it. Otherwise, let's go for the crouching medium kick, standing heavy punch. If he keeps getting counter hit, you keep getting good damage. Eventually, he'll learn to not press on those meaty situations or try to EXDP it. Whatever choice he decides to make. But we can adapt after that point. But before that point happens, I don't think we should be trying to go for something he's not showing us. Top of which, this guy's super ready to mash. Dude, always an option. One thing to note is that the only time he's really using his power wave is in situations where he wants to kill or force a trade. Sometimes it'll be to your English. Sometimes, like say here, it would be to your advantage, throw out fireball, and then drive rush afterwards, right? Fireball, drive rush him. I'm not saying all the time, right? But when you do, and you follow after your fireball, you can check him. I press forward. Ooh. Right? I'm not saying we use this option all the time. But what I'm saying is, if you do see him go for something... Nah, I can't get there. You can do that. Then, once you get that, you don't have to use it all the time, but the key is to sprinkle it into your gameplay. Ooh, I'm quite the opposite player, huh? Right? You can take advantage of it from there. I'm not saying you do this every time to engage, but at the very least, it forces him into a situation where he feels like he might want to power wave a little bit more, especially when you're mid-screen. When this happens, this opens up a world where he'll try and jump at you, and you can get an anti-air, get started. Just because he doesn't want to deal with you going for fireball. He wants to force the trade where he parries your fireball and you get punished countered by the power wave. He keeps neutral jumping. Oh boy. What did you do here? Are you holding up here? You held up forward, yeah. After this instance, right? After you get hit here, right? Some of the options you want to exude. Just because you don't... It's not like he can... Think of it like this. It's not like he can throw you. Unless he walks up and throws you, which is a very conscious decision he has to make. Right? You can go for a top parry. Right? You can go for a top parry. You can try and backdash. This is another option. Why is this effective? Is because in this instance, number one, if he does try to walk up and throw, right, you get out of the way. On top of which, the way his standing heavy punch works in this instance is not as effective as it would be if he was up close. So then you're outside of the range, and then you can play your party time, whether am I gonna drive rush or not, whatever, right? Am I gonna play that game or am I not? Then you can play them. Throw. It's fine. Yep, follow it. See? He only starts activating the power waves when he wants to close. That's the only time where he starts using it. But you can't go for blow for blow at this point. Right? He's looking for you to go for it. The way to somewhat deal with this situation, I'm not saying this is the greatest option. Sometimes you still will get hit. I was trying to get punished by crossing the catch me kick. Gotcha. Right? In these instances where when you wake up and you're unsure, you still might get punished. But what you can do is that, right? So what I'm doing is that I'm tapping the parry and slightly holding it, because if I get the perfect parry, I get the drive rush, right? If I don't, I can recognize that and go for a dash. Right? And then go for a punish there. And then go for Oki. Because they will try and run at you. Right? This is the same thing, the same type of philosophy that people use against like Ryu and the Hashogeki, where he goes for a Hashogeki and then drive rush, right? So when he goes for a Hashogeki, you tap parry but slightly hold it, and when you slightly hold it, what ends up happening is that you can get the drive rush off of it, and then go for drive rush immediately afterwards. That way, power wave becomes less so of an instance where you get punished for tapping parry, and more so of an instance where you can go for Oki, or you can even decide to try and win the game off of the hit, depending on where you are currently in the game, obviously. Hello. Keep jumping. Okay. We gotta get this guy grounded. We gotta get this guy grounded. We gotta ground this fella. Because when you start grounding this fella, it is good. Has the anti-fireball EX stabby move. Yep. To cover medium range for Terry. True. Corner, you gotta guess. Yeah, that's fine. Phew. Perfect parry into super. Interesting choice. Perfect parry into super is very interesting. I think you're dead here, right? You're dead here. Nope, you just didn't. You just decided not to kill you. Sure why? Yeah, it sucks. 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 Kill him! Kill him! Ah! Kill him! No! It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Oh my gosh, that's a terrible situation to be in. It is a terrible situation to be in, no lie. Okay. So let's talk about it. 1 second. Let's bring out the old notey. Okay. Um. Things of note. Don't be afraid to fireball DR. Your opponent only used power wave when close. Oh, let's say this. Fireball when close to death. Use fireball drive rush to close distance slash. Oh, close distance. Oh, water slash force gas. Okay, next thing. Anti-airs need slight improvement. Also be prepared to aid when fireball drive rushing. Okay, and Miss is always right. Also right when he says using I don't even know what it's called. EX Stabby can help in mid range to deal with fireball, and if blocked, you are plus. What else was there that I thought of? Let me think about the games here. With finishing is decent. When he went for fireball, when he went for in end game, near the end game, make sure to enforce true burnout. Oh, to enforce guaranteed burnout stun, i.e. standing heavy kick into DI, or drive rush, standing medium punch into DI. That's why I said EX Stabby. I purposely said EX Stabby. Normal Stabby, EX Stabby is 1+1. Normal Stabby is not. It's safe. But it's a good option to throw out there. Also, if opponent is not respecting wake up, don't be afraid to commit to the follow-up standing heavy kick. After blocked standing heavy kick, you don't need to commit to anything, or you can go for You can go for stance kicks. I don't know what it's called. Stance kicks. Nothing wrong with this. Oh, my face is blocking it. My fault, my fault, my fault, my fault. Woo! My fault. But yeah, those are the things that I want you to note of, okay? So don't be afraid of Fireball Drive Rush. I know normally you would, but in this matchup, you're a little bit more afraid just because it goes underneath. But putting this out there will force your opponent to have to want to fireball back. When they want to fireball back, boom, EX stabby. You feel me? Okay? The other thing that we gotta make sure is that when we go for Fireball Drive Rush, if they try to jump over the fireball, we're prepared to anti-air them, right? When we're near endgame, when an opponent wants to, when you're doing your burnout string and you want to actually kill, right? Make sure we're going for a guaranteed burnout string. That way we make sure that they don't go for throw, or they don't like level 1 or what, or not level 1, but you make sure that you get out the situation as often, guaranteed as often as possible. Don't be afraid, man. Go for the crouching medium kick and the standing heavy kick. See what happens. If you do get the counter hit, cool. You just got a bunch of damage and some poison on him, and then you can follow it up into whatever you want. But yeah, these are the things generally that I want you to start doing, okay? I hope this helps, my brother. I hope it helps. I'll put myself back here. Alrighty. What time are we at? We're almost at 2:30. My throat's getting dry and I gotta call my girlfriend in about 15 minutes. Oh, my fault. My fiance in 30 minutes. And sometimes I don't really be taking it in, you feel me? But anyways, appreciate you guys hanging out with me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you can, follow my Twitter, bro. I'm trying to get active. I'm also booting up a TikTok. I want to see what we can do on TikTok as well, bro. After that Streamer University joint, bro, we gonna come up. I swear we will. Even if it's not 100% the fighting game thing, we gonna come up. Anyways, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let me send y'all somewhere. You see, now I'm on my real joint right now, bro. Let me send y'all somewhere. Let me raid somebody. So hang out while we raid somebody. Who we about to raid, bro? I don't think we want to raid. Let's see. We'll raid this person. We'll raid them. We'll raid them. Appreciate you guys rocking with me. That's a difference. It's a big difference. Hey. No worries, man. We look out for each other, bro. We look out for each other. Am I tripping? I feel like the... Alright, I'm gonna send y'all on our way. Be easy, guys.